Denmark. Ladies and gentlemen, we will also have our eminent speakers, Mr. Rizwan Shekhi and Mr. Arvind Kharpiti, and our special guest, Akile Nishimoto sir, with us today in this session. Now, we would like to invite our co-chair, Ms. Neha Nam, along with our eminent speakers, Mr. Rizwan Shekhi sir, Mr. Arvind Kharpiti, and our special guest, Akile Nishimoto, to please come on the stage to take their seats. Please give them a huge round of applause. Now, I would like to request our co-chair, Ms. Neha Nam, to take charge of the session. Ma'am, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here this afternoon. We have a very talented panel of speakers. Now I am delighted to welcome our main speaker, Mr. Akile Nishimoto from Nomura Securities, Japan. Over to you, sir.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon. Namaste. My name is Akile Nishimoto. Thanks to Biyani Sensei invited me. I'm very happy it is possible to participate in this event. First, I'm going to introduce myself. I work at Nomura Securities. I was sales rep in Japan, and now I have lived in Mumbai for 1 month as training. Second, I'm going to introduce my company, so Nomura Securities. Nomura Securities is a subsidiary of Nomura Holdings, which form part of the Nomura Group. It plays an integral role in the securities business, the group's core business. We have about 26,000 employees worldwide and operate through 5 divisions. Retail, global market, investment banking, merchant banking, and asset management. Our company is established 1925. It is the oldest brokerage firm in Japan. It is named after its founder, Tokushi Nomura. When the subprime program occurred, then Lehman Brothers went bankrupt. My company has acquired the Asia department of Lehman Brothers And we have a company called NSI Nomura Service India in Mumbai. Finally, Japan's population has continued to decline unlike India. And in Japan, interest rates have become negative. It's a big problem. So we believe to must be expand in Asia, in not only Japan. That's why my company sent me to India. So want me become a global human. Now, Japanese investors are very interested in India stocks. For example, ICICI Bank, Reliance Industries, Tata Motors. Because expectation of Mr. Modi Prime Minister and population growth. If you invited S&P, BSE, Sensex 6 years ago, your asset will be twice now. It's amazing. Do you think so? World market is changing very quickly. I'd like to recommend here students current investment for future. And I want to know a lot of things in India. Then when I come back to Japan, I will recommend a customer to invest in India. Thank you very much.
Any questions? Thank you so much, sir, for telling us about your company, Nomura Securities. Okay, now let's move on to next presentation. I'm pleased to welcome our special guest, Mr. Rizwan Sheikh, who is the founder of Pristine Info Solutions. He is an information security researcher and cybercrime consultant with more than 7 years of experience in the matter of ethical hacking. With that, I ask you to give full attention to Mr. Rizwan and help me in welcoming him to the podium. Mr. Rizwan.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. This is the second time I am coming to this college, and very nice hospitality along with all the arrangements. Apologize for the delay. We always have to come up with multiple connectivity, including internet, laptop and all, to display certain things live. My name is Biyani, and we guys are calling ourselves with a very unique identity known as ethical hacker. It seems quite interesting, right? He is a hacker kind of thing. But at the same time, when we introduce ourselves to someone, especially in the non-technical field, even in my family, if someone is introducing Rizwan, who is a hacker, the first question comes in the mind of people is, this guy can do illegal money transfer. This guy can hack into Facebook account. Right? So hackers are usually considered into unethical or illegal person. But hackers are of two types, ethical, unethical, and there is a very thin line of difference between both. To tell you a few of the examples, I was working on one of the investigation case in Mumbai Cybercrime Department in Bandra Kurla complex. There is a cyber cell. It's more than 2 years now. The official website of Mumbai University was hacked. mu.ac.in. As soon as you press the enter button, you see a message on the home page written as Pakistan Zindabad. It was hacked by certain group of Pakistani hackers. Prior to that, there have been certain other similar incidents. So these are the unethical activities. Now, what is our job as an ethical hacker? What we are doing? One of the projects I was working on was security of Indian Railways official website. So my job was to make Indian Railways website completely hack-proof. After hacking into it, I got the official permission to hack into up and running Indian Railways website. So what I am trying to do? I am trying to find all the vulnerabilities, and then I am intimating the officers over there that these are the bugs, please catch it up, else any unethical hacker may hack it. So I come in the category of ethical hacker. You can see both the hackers have got the same job, to hack. But it's the difference of your intention, what you are doing after hacking. Damaging, destroying, or protecting and securing. And this is what places hackers into either unethical or ethical path. So certain things I have come up over here is related to the online industry, not typically targeting the e-commerce thing, but also entire online business. Whenever the word e-commerce comes into our mind, we first imagine Flipkart, Amazon, eBay, Snapdeal. That these are the websites इनसे हम ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग कर सकते हैं. And there have been many questions with pros and cons, business, profit, loss, angel investors are there, and number of things are on. But at the same time, security is also a very major concern into this. And the word security I am using is not for particular product delivery की खराब product आ गया, but I am talking about something related to hacking of your bank accounts, hacking of your personal information, including when you do the online transaction. If it's cash on delivery, it's fine, but when you are going to perform the online transaction, you are entering your debit card details over there. Either you are paying through your credit card, net banking, or any other medium. What if the website is compromised? What if the main hosting server where this website is hosted is compromised, it's already hacked, and any user who is entering this data is putting himself in the risk? Have you heard the latest news about 32 lakh debit cards being compromised 2 days ago? Right? More than 6 lakh debit cards were blocked by SBI Bank itself because of hacking. This was one of the major breaches, but when we see the percentage, in India there are approximately 70 crores debit cards given to people. Out of that only 32 lakhs were compromised. Still a huge number, one of the biggest in India till date. So let's see how basically the hacking thing happens and what are the ways to protect and stay secure over the internet. Whenever you are performing any online transaction, whether it's online shopping, whether it's anything related to either your Paytm, mobile recharging or anything. I am going to display you or start with the topic of hacking. It's a fact to actually protect something. you should be able to hack it first yourself. I am not asking you to become a complete top-notch hacker to protect yourself, but it's somewhere down the line correlated. If you can hack, you can protect. It's very similar. If you don't know how your home security thing works, if you don't know where your lock is, where the door is, how to lock the door, you cannot protect your home. In a very similar fashion, you must be aware how to hack so that you can protect yourself. So I am going to cover up a small topic now, in which I am going to teach you how can you break into any account. I am using the word any. Now this can belong to almost anything. It's about breaking someone's password. This password can belong to your bank account. This password can belong to your ATM pin. This password can also belong to your one-time password which you receive on your cell phone. Let's see how can you hack into this live running account. Also, if I get your Flipkart username and password, if you have your debit card information saved in it, even that can be compromised. So let's see how to perform such activity. What I am going to do, I got the internet connection over here, but I am definitely beginning with the base part. I am going to teach you how can you break into any password. I am using my Apple laptop which has Mac operating system installed in it, and Mac provides you limited feature to actually hack or play with the operating system. So I am using a software known as VirtualBox, inside which I am using two different operating systems, Windows and a version of Linux known as Kali. So Kali and Windows are the two operating systems simultaneously running inside my Mac. So I am going to switch on Windows, as you might be very familiar with this operating system. So inside my existing OS, another operating system is running as a guest operating system. What I am going to do now is, I am going to teach you how to hack into some of the live accounts and live websites. A thing I always say in all my sessions, I don't want a scenario where it's like a magician displaying his magic and people are enjoying it. No. I want a scenario where whatever I am displaying you, you should be able to do it yourself as well. So please concentrate a lot. I am talking about hacking into anyone's password, and I hope you are not going to misuse it against your professors. So, okay, now to hack into any password, there are two ways. One is password stealing. Another one is password cracking. Stealing the password means चुरा लेना. How can you steal someone's password? I can use a technique known as phishing. P-H-I-S-H-I-N-G. Phishing is basically creating a similar looking login page like the original website. For example, I will buy a domain name like icicbank.com, whereas the original website is icicbank.com. This looks very similar. If it's available, I can buy this. Once I buy the domain name, what I will do, I got a very good habit of making websites. So I will develop a website which is looking very similar to the original icicbank.com, and I will upload it over here. I can send a spoof email using contact@icicbank.com or something, saying that your account will be locked or suspended if you don't log in and update your information, with a link containing icicbank.com, which looks very similar. If by chance, if I send 1000 emails and even 10 people by mistakenly considering this as the original domain name enters their credentials over there, I got their credentials. Right? So one of the ways to steal password is phishing technique. Another way is using keylogger. Keylogger is something, a type of malware which is once injected in your system, all your typed keystrokes will be recorded. Example, what I will do, I will send a keylogger to you either on your email or through a link or on the chatting messenger. Once you click on the link and you run a file, just a single click on the file. Now anything you are going to type on your laptop, desktop or your cell phone, it will be recorded in plain format and will be sent to me every 5 minutes, either on my email or FTP. This is what a normal keylogger can do. You might have came across multiple bulk WhatsApp messages rotating around saying Amazon offers.in something, Flipkart -big billion day dot something. Those are not the original websites of Flipkart or Amazon. Right? Get a free iPhone shared to 10 groups. Those links can contain keyloggers. In the greed of getting an iPhone, you share that to 10 different people, including you yourself, are compromised. Right? This happens most of the time. So let me show you a small keylogger I have with me right now. I am running this keylogger in my own system. The name of the keylogger is family keylogger. I just opened that keylogger and nothing is visible on the screen. Now as a normal layman user, I am opening a random website. For example, I am trying to log into my Flipkart account or ICICI Bank account, or I would say simple reddit.com website or gmail.com. When I log into my account, I will just see whatever I am typing, my keylogger is on, so everything I am typing is going to be recorded and will be sent to attacker. Now I am typing my fake username and a random password, something like ABCD @1234. Login, suppose I logged in, I checked my emails, I came out. Now as my keylogger was on, I show you the log. I simply double click over here and I can see the log available of all the keystrokes I typed till date. 22nd October 2016, 3:25 PM. I typed reddit.com, my username and even my password visible in complete format. This is what I am watching in my local system. Now what if this similar thing, whatever I am typing, without being visible to me myself, will be sent to attacker every 5 minutes, whenever I connect to it. You can imagine even your passwords are lost. And what you have to do? Just a single click on a website or a file or an exe file basically for Windows. If it's your Android phone, a simple APK file. Just single click, no permission, nothing is asked, and your data is being compromised. According to a survey, there is no exact figures available, but according to a survey, more than 30% of cell phones of Indians are hacked and their data is being leaked. Now, where did I got this number 30% from? You might feel, no, I mean, Sunny was a very common people hack it. Right? I'll tell you two things. There was a cell phone launched. MI4, MI3, you know about the cell phone? Xiaomi is the company. What Xiaomi did, when they launched the cell phone, they gifted the cell phone to certain government officers of India who are working for Air Force and Army Defense. That you people are doing a pretty decent and pretty good job. Here is a small gift from us. Those people started using the cell phone, and that cell phone had hardware and Trojan in that, which was leaking out the data to certain other countries, their home country, in their defense department. It was a hardware and Trojan. Even if you format, it will be still over there. Right? So something similar. This is the reason why I say 30% of entire mobile networks are compromised. Okay, let's move apart from the part of password stealing, because password stealing के लिए, in order to perform or in order to steal someone's password, either I need the physical or remote access to my victim. Somehow I have to inject that thing. But what if I don't have any kind of access? Then comes the part of password cracking. Now in order to crack anyone's password, what I can do is, I am going to use an attack. The name of the attack is brute force attack. How many of you know what brute force is? Anyone who attended my session in the past, please raise your hand. Okay, very less number of people. Fine. So I am going to show you what brute force attack is. Brute force attack is a technology where I am going to use a third-party software right now. And that software will have the capability to try combinations of all keys available on my keyboard as password. मेरे कीबोर्ड पे जितनी भी बटन है उन सब का कॉम्बिनेशन एज पासवर्ड में अटेम्प्ट करेगा. What I am going to do right now is, now this technique can break almost any password. And again you will think about any, whether it belongs to your Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, or it belongs to your Flipkart, eBay, Amazon, or ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank. So let me show you this. What I am going to do right now, I am going to open a software and I am going to assign two different tasks to that software. Task number 1, task number 2. Number one task I am going to assign is, I will tell my software to try combinations of all the passwords between length of 1 to 6 characters only. What I am asking to my software? Try all the possible combinations of password between 1 to 6 character length only. 1 to 6 character length, that is the size of the password. मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ अपने सॉफ्टवेयर को सिर्फ 1 to 6 character long length तक वाले password अटेम्प्ट कर. Second task I am going to assign to my software will be try only numbers. 1 to 6 character length numbers only. Now my software will begin running the attack. सारे 0 to 9 numbers 6 characters से छोटे जो भी है. So it will attempt 0 0 0 0 0 0, then 0 0 0 0 0 1, 0 0 0 0 0 2, 6 character numbers only. It will go till 9 9 9 9 9 9. The best thing I have over here is the speed of my software will be more than 5 lakh passwords per second. Every second it's going to make more than 5 lakh attempts. So to reach from 0 to 999999, it's going to take less than 2 seconds. And if my password is numbers, let it be any number less than 6 characters, it will be correct in 2 seconds. For example, if my password is 821353, 6 character number, it will be correct in less than 2 seconds. OTP is one-time password which you receive on your cell phone. You basically feel two-factor authentication of my Gmail makes me hack proof. When anyone transacts using my ICICI bank or HDFC bank, it sends a one-time password on my cell phone. Usually OTPs are 6 characters. Those can be corrected in 2 seconds. But what if my password consists an alphabet as well? Agar mera password is something like Rizwan12 या A1234, it has an alphabet as well. So I am going to get an error message password not found. I open the same software again, and this time I am going to assign a new task. The new task would be try all passwords between 1 to 6 character length, try numbers and small letters का combination. So now my software is going to attempt all the A to Z 26 small alphabets along with 0 to 9, all the numbers combination at the same 5 lakh password per second speed. Definitely time to crack the password may increase by 3 or 4 seconds. Since I got the speed of 5 lakh password per second, but it will give me the password. Still not found? I'll add a task more. Try small letter, capital letter and numbers. Still not found? I'll add a task mode, try a symbol sensor. So what I am going to do, entire keyboard has came into this. Still not found? Now I will start increasing the length of my password. Try between 1 to 7 characters, 1 to 8, 1 to 9 and so on. Definitely, कभी ना कभी तो मुझे password मिल जाएगा because वो टाइप तो हुआ होगा keyboard से and सारे के सारे combination I am running. So let's try this live. What we are going to do, we are going to run a live attack on any particular account. Let's see the anonymity part. Okay, I need a victim or a bakra over here. This account में हम कोशिश करें. Anyone? You can vote for someone. Who should be your bakra? Okay, anyway. So before running attack on a live portal, either on your Facebook or any particular website, first of all, let's try to run this attack on local file system, so that you understand that in a better way, and the same thing then you can run it over the internet. So what I am going to do, I am going to create a PDF file with password protect, or I will create a zip or a RAR document, RAR file. उसको password दूंगा, first will break that password, and the same thing that we are going to attempt on the website. So I am opening, suppose a Microsoft Office Word document. Everyone might have worked on this Word file, Microsoft Office. I am typing a random data over here. Imagine this is very important data for me. I am going to save this file on my desktop in the best readable format. In order to assign password, I go in Tools, General Options, and this is the place where I can set the password for my word file. Let me begin with a very simple password. Let my password be something like 123456. I press the enter button. 123456 and save. The file is saved over here on the desktop. When I try to open this file, it prompts me to enter the password without which I cannot view the data. Now I am to break the password of this file by running brute force attack. So in order to run brute force attack, I am going to use a third party software. With you. Let me switch on the magnifier lens. Can last row view this? What these things are written? Last row, can you view? Yes or no? Okay, I will switch on the magnifier lens. Okay, see, wherever I am moving my mouse, that window will be visible in zoom screen on the top. So there are two screens. The top mid portion is just the zoom screen wherever I am moving my mouse. So this is the software. I have to first of all assign two tasks. So to assign the task, I will go in settings, brute force, and this is the place where I am going to assign the length of my password. My password is 123456. So length is 6 characters. It is but obvious when I am trying to break anyone else's password, I am unaware about the length. So by default, I am going to try multiple attempts. Begin with a small number, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, and keep on increasing. I go in symbol set and I will select only digits because my password consists only of numbers. I will untick rest all other things, lowercase, uppercase, symbols, etc. Right? Again, it is but obvious when you are trying to break anyone else's password, you are unaware about the combination set. So by default, you are going to keep all the things selected. Small, capital, everything. I press the OK button. Now all I have to do is just drag and drop this file into this window. And जैसे ही मैं माउस यूज करता हूँ, recovery in progress, and within no time you can see file open password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So इतने स्पीड से इसने क्रैक किया. I didn't even realize what was running in the backend. It was like just drag and drop and boom, here is your password. Let us change the password, make it complicated, and फिर इसकी capability test करते हैं software की. So I am going to open the same Microsoft Office document with the password 123456. In order to change the password, I will go at the same place, Tools, General Options. Let our new password be something like A1234. Not very complicated, थोड़ा सा complicated करता हूँ. नया password is A1234. I save this file. File saved. Now this file is over here, no data, no DOC. In order to break the password, I am going to open the same Office key software. As usual, I first of all have to go in settings, brute force, and this is the place where I am going to assign the length of my password. My password is A1234. So what is the length? 5 characters. 6 रखूँ तो भी break हो जाएगा, not a concern. 4 रखूँ तो break नहीं होगा. Symbol set में what all should I select? Lowercase and digits, because my password consists of small letters and numbers. I press the OK button. Now as usual, I just have to drag and drop this over here. As soon as I leave my mouse, recovery in progress, but इसने मुझे मेरा password नहीं बताया. What is showing? Testing password. You can see over here. Randomly numbers जा रहे हैं. 1 GRT, 1 SHA5, 2 4 FJ something something. It's randomly attempting combinations of all the small letters and numbers. And below that I can see tested more than 1 crore 36 lakh, 1 crore 82 lakh password tested in 23-24 seconds. And the last I have password check per second speed is more than 5 lakh 30,000 passwords. So every second it's attempting 5 lakh 30,000 attempts. It's more than 33 seconds, and finally I got the password as A1234. I can see a line over here. BICON attack has found the password after testing 1,85,73,126 passwords in the last 34 seconds at the average speed of more than 5,35,000 plus passwords every second. That means whatever password I am going to keep now, चाहे कोई भी password मैं रखूं, it's gonna crack it. I got a very huge speed, and I will honestly tell you I can increase this speed to more than 10 lakh password per second using my Kali Deluxe software OS. But if I talk about something over online, over the internet, what if I say something similar you can run on the internet as well? You can hack into any up and running live accounts as well. How this is possible? Of course, the technology is same, the build first attack is same. It is just that you are going to use a different tool or software. You are not going to drag and drop your ICICI Bank window into the software to break it. There are some other software working in a similar fashion, but the technology is same. But before running attack onto live portal or a website, if I talk about the ethical part, the countermeasure part, how can you protect yourself from such attacks? In the way you can hack someone's password, in a similar way someone else can also hack your password. What password should you keep so that your account is hacked-proof? I want an answer from you people. आपका password क्या होना चाहिए so that your account is completely hacked-proof?
So a combination of different types of keys.
Combination of different types of keys. Okay. Anyone else? With a much better answer? Yeah, last one. Combination of simple letter and number. Okay. Last. That side.
Special characters.
Okay. Special characters. Fine. Anything more apart from this?
Length of the password is also.
Length of the password. Okay. Frederick is okay. Okay. Symbols plus minus multiplication. Math symbols. If you type the password 1 plus 2, so 3 डालने से answer नहीं आएगा. It comes in the symbol. Okay, let me tell you, majority of you have the answer as keeping an alphanumeric password which has combination of small letter, capital letter, number, symbol, etc. But let me tell you one thing. When my password was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it took 1 second to crack. When I modified my password to A1234, checking time increased from 1 second to 34 seconds. Just because of adding a small a, 26 alphabets का combination बढ़ गया, the tracking time increased. If I add a capital letter in my password would be something like capital A, small a, 1, 2, 3, 4. The tracking time may increase to 3 minutes. If I add a symbol in my password would be something like capital A, small a, 1, 2, 3, 4. The tracking time may increase to 30 minutes. I can wait for half an hour, yeah, किसी का password मिल रहा है. So even after keeping an alphanumeric password, it is not that you are completely hacked-proof. It is just that you are increasing the time to crack by bits of minutes. आप तो 2 घंटा रुकोगे password मिलकर. So now what's the countermeasure? I got also a very good answer. Increasing the length of password. Now what if my password is alphanumeric consisting combination of small letter, capital letter, number and symbol. Along with that, if the length of my password is more than 14 characters long, 1/4. So, the average time that this brute force attack will take to crack will be minimum 30 days, 1 month. Because combinations will be so huge, 14 characters long, 0 to 9, 10 numbers, A to Z 20 small letters, A to Z 26 capital letters, and around 20 symbols. In सबका combination in 14 characters मैच चाहिए आपको. So even at the speed of 5 lakh password per second, it is going to take minimum of 30 days. Now I will say if my password is alphanumeric and 14 characters long, no one can hack it. But let me tell you one thing. I got an office in Gopalpuram, Jaipur में यहाँ पे. वहाँ पे मैंने कुछ dedicated servers रखे हैं. Those servers are supported by generator, inverter and backup electric supply. And those are on since last 1 year. They never shut down. And these are the things which keep running on those servers. So not today, but after a month I will get your password. So now what is the countermeasure? Yes? Exactly. Changing your password every month. Of course you have to make sure you keep an alphanumeric password. After making sure you have an alphanumeric password, make sure the length of your password is more than 14 characters long. Even after doing that, you make sure you change your password every month, as you can be a victim to any big hacker. And I can read the faces of almost everyone who haven't changed their password since last year. And password is usually simple: name of the girl, name of the boy, or something like that. Or name of the actor, actress, whatever. So make sure keep an alphanumeric password, increase the length to more than 40 characters long, and make sure you change it every month as well. Else you can be a victim to any such attack. Now a very common question, we simply put the blame on the website service provider or the portal provider. Example, if your Gmail account is hacked, you are going to say Google का compromise होता है, Gmail is waste. But at the same time, we don't look into our own user end security. There are two ways to hack. एक तो server hack हो गया, उसमें आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते, जहाँ पे आपका account है वो hack हो नहीं. But the other part and the most 90% of the hacking things are done at the user end. No one hacks on the server, and user themselves gets hacked just because of this particular thing. Okay, let me quickly come to the part of web-based cracking. Since I told you I can run the attack on local file system, this is the way I am cracking the password of Microsoft Office documents. What if I want to crack the password of ICICI Bank or Facebook.com or Flipkart.com? Now hacking is something, today's our entire event is related to e-commerce thing, but somewhere down the line all these things are connected. If I tell password hacking, password has the mechanism in e-commerce as well. So indirectly you can apply this thing over the event topic as well. Now let me quickly show you how can you run the attack on websites. I am opening my Mozilla Firefox web browser and I am typing any random website. Let me give an example of Facebook.com. Again, over here I enter a random username, something like test@test.com. Over here, at this place, I want to run the brute force attack. Now how can I run the attack over here? As I told you, I cannot drag and drop this into that office key window. So what I am going to do, मैं यहाँ पे right click करूँगा and the last option I see over here is Fireforce. Fireforce. Fireforce is actually the brute force attack add-on available to run attack on websites. This Fireforce is available in my computer, might not be available in your system. It's because I have installed an add-on free extension available only for Mozilla Firefox web browser. So what you have to do? You have to go on Google, download Firefox extension, setup मिलेगा, double click on it, to install it, next. I agree terms conditions without reading, and finish. Once you install this, it won't appear in your add mode program of your control panel, but it will be appearing in your right click button. I go in Firefox, generate password, and you can see over here all the combinations are present for small letter, capital, number, symbol, everything is present over here. All you have to do is select the combination and this attack will start running over here. I cannot guarantee you that this will crack the password in 1 second or 1 minute. You know how brute force attack works. If the password is alphanumeric, it may take some time. If the password is simple, you know the time frame. Right? This is something where you can actually perform a live attack, but at the same time, imagine the number of failed attempts you are going to perform on Facebook. If a single failed attempt eats 2 KB bandwidth of Facebook server, every second you are running more than 1 lakh failed attempts. Even if you continue to run the attack just for a period of 1 minute, 60 seconds, just imagine the amount of bandwidth of Facebook you are going to eat up. Facebook will file a very harsh case on you, and yes, it's a fact, no one can get away from this. If you run an attack, it's compulsory, you're going to get caught. So never attempt such things on any such portal. I don't have enough time to display you the anonymity and how investigation team works part, but indirectly just avoid this thing. Coming to the point of e-commerce laws, there are two big threats to the e-commerce industry I see, where the law and the policies made for this is still under development stage, I would say. Development stage तो अभी भी बन रहा है, it's not completely made because the industry is quite new. Yes, it's been some certain years, ये इतना industry boom हो गया, but still it's under the development phase. I see cyber law specially made for e-commerce law. इसमें बहुत सारी चीजें अभी भी नहीं जुड़ रही है किससे? टेक्नोलॉजी से. Law and technology are two different things. The law made for cyberspace technologies is cyber law. Cyber law is the law governing cyberspace. Now cyberspace is a very wide term which covers all the technical devices from your laptop, desktop, internet, emails, websites, cell phones, smartphones, ATM machines, even your printers, pen drives, etc. etc. Everything comes under cyberspace. And any crime committed over any of these cyberspace will be filed in cyber law. Same goes with e-commerce law as well. Now typically, when I talk about technological development in terms of online shopping, selling, buying, reselling, everything, even online transactions, technology is very far ahead when compared to the law made for them. So there are two things जहाँ पे law, e-commerce law और technology की जम रही है. Those two things are number one, geolocation, and number two, evolution. Now what does this mean? Number one, geolocation. Law is territory bounded. India law is different from Pakistan law. Even Gujarat state act is different from Rajasthan state act. So law is territory bounded. Over the internet, there is no geographical boundary. You can open a website hosted in US data center by sitting in India. You don't require visa and passport for that. Right? So, this is something where imagine a scenario. Now Pakistani hackers hacking into India's website. We know the culprits, we know the attackers. Still we can't do anything. If the same attacker was having been in India, we would have caught him. Right? So geographical foundations is something where we are struggling with at the moment. Usually hackers uses the IP addresses of disputed nature to hack into this data. Recently, a data breach from one of the e-commerce portals was done using certain IPs which belong to Pakistan and certain other nations who have dispute with India. So the investigation cannot be proceeded at a flow. Right? Second thing, evolution. Evolution means upgradation or modification. Law never gets changed, modified, it always gets amended. Right? The upgradation is known as amendment. You know how much time it takes to upgrade or modify a single law? बहुत ज़्यादा time लगता है. You know some good people sitting in parliament, 51% voting to modify a single law or implement or add a single law. But to upgrade a technology, how much time does it take? Hardly anything. So technology is upgrading at a very great pace, whereas law is upgrading at a very old speed. So there are many technologies जिसके बारे में law बना ही नहीं है. Example, bitcoins or virtual currency. Some of the international e-commerce portals have accepted to receive funds or money using bitcoins. Bitcoin is a virtual currency which is not guided or regulated by any of the governing body like RBI या किसी से भी वो नहीं है, and it's completely anonymous. Right? Bitcoin word is not mentioned in the cyber law area right now. So law is upgrading but at a slow pace. So there are many technologies which have came up, but it's not completely up to date in terms of law. Now e-commerce law has a very important section, limitations and restrictions on what you are selling online. You cannot sell everything online. You cannot sell drugs online. You cannot sell your weapons online. You cannot sell bullets online. Right? There are some limitations and restrictions to where it got invaded. You cannot sell everything. So this comes under the law section. Now coming to the part of hacking into live portals or websites. I am opening google.com website. I want to use certain tricks to steal data out of websites. There are n number of such websites running over the internet. For example, Flipkart.com. I am going to use something known as Google Docs. Google Docs are nothing but the syntaxes available with Google which helps you to find or search something on any particular website in a more efficient way. One of the Google Docs I am introducing you to is in URL colon. Now this in URL colon, if you enter in Google, इसके आगे whatever you are going to enter, for example if I enter in URL colon Rizwan, so Rizwan word जितने भी URL में है, not on the content of the website but over the website address, it is going to display me. Let me show you the same. I am typing in URL colon my name. So what I am getting over here? All the URLs containing /Rizwan, /Rizwan, /Rizwan. It doesn't matter content में Rizwan है या नहीं है, URL में है, Google is going to give me the result. Now how I can misuse this? I can type something like in URL colon admin login. Admin login is administrator login, and just by typing this you can see I got the administrator login pages of multiple websites, and these URLs are basically hidden URLs. Those are not available on the home page of the website saying that click here to log into our admin panel to make changes to our website. These are hidden URLs which are available only with the developer and the website owner. But using Google search engine, the Google Doc in URL colon, you actually get this hidden URL. What if I want to get the result only from one particular website? So there is one more Google Doc, that is site colon. After site colon, you just have to enter the domain name from which you want the data, not from entire world's website. So for example, I type site colon flipkart.com. You see I got 39,90,000 results, but all these results are flipkart.com, flipkart.com/offers/interest/this/show, everything is Flipkart. Whatever page I go, all the results are only from Flipkart website. So I got that Flipkart website is having these many pages. Now, in order to find more precise info, I am going to mix two Google Docs. I want to see on Flipkart website where all the URL has admin or login page. So I am going to type space in URL colon login. And you see Flipkart has more than 1,10,000 login pages. Flipkart.com/account/login/a/login/no login, and there are n number of login pages. Even this will contain some of the sensitive information. Since on a public platform I cannot proceed completely onto this, but something can be used to steal sensitive information. Just by using Google search engine you can actually get and gather some of the very genuine information available on the internet. Right? So before ending the session, I just want to tell you of the countermeasures includes, you know what are the countermeasures: keeping an alphanumeric password, make sure length is more than 14 characters long, make sure you change it every month. Also to stay safe and secure from keylogger and phishing, always verify where you are logging, check out the domain name properly, log in only if you see HTTPS in the URL, because SSL certificate is given to the website who are genuine. A small audit is being done before providing the SSL certificate to any website, and once the SSL certificate is provided, the website resolves on HTTPS, not on HTTP only. So all the websites which ask for your payment information, whether it's Flipkart, eBay, Amazon, HDFC, ICICI, Reddit, Yahoo, Gmail, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, every website asking for username, password has HTTPS SSL certificate with them. But the one who is creating a phishing website, a fake domain name, will resolve on HTTP only because they don't have SSL certificate. So just by watching this, you can identify which website is fake, which is genuine. Second, never click on any unwanted, untrusted links sent over WhatsApp, email, Facebook, chatting messengers, etc. No one offers you free iPhone or something like these things are rubbish. So don't share these key messages. You may be a victim of injecting keylogger along with sharing that keylogger with other people as well. So I hope you got a fair information about this, and I am sharing my info with you so that in case if you have any query with regards to anything, you can definitely drop me an email anytime. My email ID is contact@rizwanonline.com. rizwanonline.com is my website, and you can definitely communicate me on any social networking site as well. For example, Facebook. You can type this URL to get my profile, and you can communicate or you can leave your message, queries or doubts over there. आप मुझे रात के 2 बजे भी मैसेज भेजोगे फेसबुक पे, मैं रिप्लाई नहीं करूँगा, but in the morning I will definitely reply to you. So I hope it's you got a fair information about the things.
Thank you so much, sir, for
Any questions or doubts?
any questions? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Rizwan sir. I just want to know that how to get secure specifically from keyloggers, because you never know if it is installed on your system or not.
Okay, there are two things, very good question. There are two things. One is precaution, one is countermeasure. Precaution is done before you are getting injected, and countermeasure is done after you are injected. So precaution is a much obvious better than countermeasure. So in precaution, I have given already the things which you have to take care of. Never please, never do this, never do that. But to find out whether you are injected or not, two things. Number one, check your task manager and find out list of unwanted processes running. You can Google about these processes. For example, I have patch.exe, which is a keylogger. You should end this process and remove the entry from registry. Apart from this, there is one command that is net stack space -n. You have to type this command in your command prompt, DOS prompt. I go in my CMD, I enter NET space -n. This gives me list of all the ports running on my server, on my system. And every port has a service running on it. कोलन के बाद आपको पोर्ट नंबर दिखता है 443 HTTPS 80 HTTP. Just by verifying अगर कोई unwanted port open है, that means you are injected and you have to kill that port using some anti-malware and those things. So it's a long topic. I am going in a pretty fast and short way. Just by entering netshare-n आपको list of open ports मिल गए. एक नंबर को list of ports आपको गूगल पे मिल जाएगी. Just check out what works on what port. There are many ports जिसपे सिर्फ malware ट्रोजन और viruses चलते हैं. If you find any of these ports open in the system जिसपे virus ट्रोजन या virus malware चलते हैं, kill that port using anti-malware और manually port killing के options होते हैं. You can find.
Is there any alternative for layman users like students who are not familiar with computer science?
This is very layman actually. I would say a simple command netshare -n. If I would have gone in a 15-minute session for this, this will be covered. So I will try to share the tutorial. Just get me connected online, everyone. I will definitely send you mailers and all the things containing ebooks. And it's very layman honestly. And I am not asking you to code or write something in a bit. It's a very basic. Just one single command. Uses the list of ports, find out what works on what port, kill the port. So 3-4 steps. It's very basic thing, and awareness is made, and you can be secure. I hope that answers your question.
Hello sir. Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
Okay, so it would be great if you share something about an increasing threat called ransomware and how to be prevented from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The word ransom in our physical world, you know, kidnappers kidnap someone and ask for ransom amount. Itna paisa de to main chhodunga. Ransomware in our virtual world is something similar. What's happening? Malicious software gets injected in your system and it locks and encrypts all the files and folders present inside your computer. और ऐसा encrypt करेगा कि उसका decryption key सिर्फ hackers के पास available है जिन्होंने ransomware spread किया है. If you manually try to decrypt, it will take ages. Supercomputer भी एक साल लेगा एक फाइल decrypt करके, इतना high level encryption होता है. And what happens once ransomware is injected आपके कंप्यूटर में, सारी फाइल्स तो लॉक और एन्क्रिप्ट हो गई. आप कोई भी फाइल ओपन करना चाहोगे, जंक कैरेक्टर्स में दिखेगा. Along with that एक मैसेज पॉपअप होगा, deposit इतना अमाउंट in our account to get your file back. Hackers demand ransom amount in order to give you decryption key जो उन्होंने लॉक कर दी है. So this is what the job of ransomware is. CryptoLocker was the first ransomware of the world. US में start हुआ था infection. Many people were injected and there is no way to get your data. So people ended up paying in bitcoins and to get their data back. Now what FBI did, FBI, US की cop agency, they made a statement. We are trying to find a solution to this. Don't pay ransom amount to these hackers because after ransom amount they are building more big servers and they are more spreading this such things, right? This was the statement made by FBI. The very next day after this statement, FBI के ऑफिशियल सिस्टम में ransomware got injected and FBI paid ransom amount to get their files. So that's the dangerous risk of ransomware risk even FBI end up paying. Now many new ransomware have came, Crime Locker, Locky ransomware, and there are n number of such things. The only countermeasure is you have to make sure not to click on any unwanted emails, attachments, links. That is the only countermeasure I would say. No antivirus, no malware can prevent this. Just don't click on any link or unwanted software or attachments received from unknown sources. Once injected, there is no way apart from paying you cannot decrypt it.
So I was hit by Loki and that ransomware was delivered to me via Gmail. So sir, like they are coming in regular mails. So
usually the very easiest way to spread ransomware is through emails. Sending a spoof email is a very easy option. Even you can create a genuine email ID, give an attachment or a link. That usually the attachment has PDF file ka logo.
exactly sir.
But it will be exe file. And you think it's a PDF, you click and exe runs in the packet and all your files are attached.
So why even secure mail servers are not able to scan these kind of ransomware?
See, there is something known as FUD. FUD stands for fully undetectable. I will tell you a simple thing. Let's take an example of our physical world. The highest security is of our Prime Minister, respected President. These people have got the highest security. But still, in the past, there have been incidents where an attack has been made on them. There can be a bug vulnerability. Virtual world is very insecure. How much can you protect? Something depends on yourself as well. I am in this area. I know this area is guarded by security guards. I am safe over here. No one can touch me. But suddenly when I move out without informing anyone, I run on the road and someone hits me. So that's my mistake, not the mistake of security guard or the email service provider. Somewhere down the line is going to come. So you have to be aware yourself as well. There can be malicious attachment and so on. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for knowledgeable presentation on online account hacking and countermeasures. Thank you, sir. Now I would like to welcome our next eminent speaker, Mr. Arvind Bhandhi, who is the founder and CEO of Biyani Systems. Sir has 15 years of vast experience in IT services. Now I would like to hand over to you, sir.
Good afternoon. Am I audible at the end? I see a lot of dark, lot of faces in the dark. I can't even see. Can the last person hear me from here? Can I see your hand raised if you can hear me? Okay, thank you. I think that was encouraging. Good. I think the light was much better. We have a lot of empty seats here. I know post lunch, a lot of fun. I think it never works. Okay. Let me just kind of correct part of my introduction. So my name is Arvind Bhandhi. I have around 15 years of corporate experience before I got into my own entrepreneurship around 4.5 years back. So almost close to 19 years I've been working since I found out in 97. Now, very interesting thing which has happened in past 2 sessions. I still see a lot of people in the back. Excuse me. Can I have your attention, please? Okay. See, I think, majority of the part which I wanted to speak somehow is being covered in the last 2 sessions. Okay. So it's not covered, but I'll try to link it and maybe, bring it to the more discussion rather than saying that I want to share something. So there's a lot more you know, and the idea here from this session is, let's have a realization that we already know what's happening around, which is very, very much related to core topic, which is so-called security in our day-to-day life. I think primarily from business perspective, if you are a business owner, or a security if you are a consumer. So let me start with one example which already I think Rizwan has talked about. last few days there is a very the common news in the newspaper around security threat, that is debit cards or credit cards being hacked, correct? That's one of the things. So how many of you have a bank account? Let me see hand raised. Okay, this is 0 and this is everything else. So this is 1 and everything else is 0. Okay, there are a lot of people who don't have a bank account, but they're just too sleepy to kind of raise their hands. Okay, so how many of you have changed your password in the last 2 days? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's it. Why? Why you have not gone and changed your password? I'm just asking a question. Please make sure this is a more of an interactive session rather than, I'm just giving you the and just goes away. You already know it. That's what I want to prove here. That's what my job is. Probably I'll talk about my profile in a bit. So anyone from the back, if you have a mic, I would really appreciate if you can make it 2 way, right? So I was actually in the morning for around 15-20 minutes to hear one of my friends, Chintan Bakshi. How many people heard him in the morning? Okay, he's the CEO of Startup Voices, one of the IT alumni. So that's how we connected. So when I heard him, I think he also talked about a few of the examples. We'll talk about it. But during that time, I think one of your founders, Mr. Biyani, talked about and gave very confidently that we have one of the most, I would say, the best of the talent in Jaipur, in Biyani college. So I want to really see that. I want to feel that when I'm talking about it, when we are interacting about it. So let me hear from someone, why did you not change it? There must be a reason. Anyone take a mic and just say why did? So I'll tell you, I did not change it because I was feeling very lazy. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, I'm still not able to hear anyone. See, it's a major security risk. Everyone knows. How many of you do the online shopping? Okay, everybody has mobile. How many of you have Flipkart app, right? So after hearing this, I should just go down and kind of, uninstall my Flipkart app, right? Because he said it's hackable. So I'm scared. But anyway, I'll come to that because that's a part of the story and there's a bigger picture probably. That's where I think you will see some of the best security systems are, in place. But I want to know the question, the answer, why most of you guys have not really changed your password. Very simple. Okay. Yes, please.
Hard to remember frequent changes in password.
Yeah.
Hard to remember to frequent changes in passwords.
No, but we heard that you might be one of the person whose debit card could be. I simply don't keep it. Okay, I think we have a very, very genuine answer here. Somebody here says he simply don't feel threat. I really felt that way also. And to an extent, the kind of impact it has. I have a faith, right? I feel that the whole system is secure enough. So what was the reason?
I don't feel threatened.
Okay, so he did not feel the threat. Though, the newspaper is saying that we have all over India there's a threat that, if you have been using your debit card from any of the non-partner kind of the threat, you would say the network, probably you must be at risk. So one of the reasons I would just comprehend to that, even to me, on behalf of many of you is, probably we have far more faith in the technical system that, okay, this might be one of the incidents, not such a big incident that we are impacted. And this is one reason probably, most of the people did not really go out and change their password. Okay. Now, I'll go back to why I wanted to connect two of the sessions. First of all, I think Mr. Nishimoto, he talked about Nomura, and it was very pleasure to kind of have him on the board because 15 years of my experience was in the capital market. So how many of you know what is capital market? Only one. What's the background of students here? Okay. So we'll just make sure our language is being kept in that way. अगर मैं बोलूं और आप नहीं समझे तो बस मतलब नहीं है, right? So capital market word किसने सुना है सर? Okay, very little. But I assume most of you guys are from management background, right? MBA. Okay. So I think go back and look into it. Capital market is used for those companies who are into, the wealth management, capital management, और layman की अगर मैं बात में बोलूँ तो people who are, it's like if you are doing stock trading, है ना, शेयर बाजार में जो हम बेचना खरीदना करते हैं, that's basically part of the capital market. So 15 years I pretty much worked with the financial world, capital market client, and I want to share one incident to start with, because that's related to the security, one of my first lessons in the security. So this was in 2004, somewhere in New York. I was attending a town hall of a company called Goldman Sachs. How many of you heard Goldman Sachs? Okay. Again, I think if you hear it, everybody will swear that I should really join it. One of the most, I would say the top-rated capital market global leaders. I think Nomura is pretty much in that lane also. So it was a town hall, जैसे बोलते हैं सब लोग इकट्ठे हुए हैं और सारे टेक्नोलॉजी के जितने भी प्रोजेक्ट होता है उनको सबको बुलाया गया. Now in that particular town hall, the person who was supposed to address is CEO of the company. बहुत बड़ी बात होती है. मतलब for that level, it was a big thing. And the very first thing he came and asked to everyone, if anyone knows who are we? Anyone knows who are we? So everybody gave different answers. कि हम दुनिया के बहुत बड़े asset managers हैं, Bill Gates का भी account हम संभालते हैं, all those celebrities and big turnover and everything. But then the CEO said one thing, and that was my first question towards the security in the software world, because I was from the IT industry. And that was the CEO of the company said, we are not into the capital market. We are actually a technology company. And the way he described this is that we are one of the companies who invest heavily on the technology so that our client feels and remains secure. So आज जब आप किसी भी बैंक के साथ में जाते हैं, कोई ट्रांजेक्शन करते हैं या किसी भी कंपनी के साथ में अपना पैसा इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, what is the most important thing for you? Other than return, okay? You want to remain secure, right? अगर आपको कहीं भी ये लगता है कि नहीं मैं सिक्योर नहीं हूँ या इससे ज़्यादा बेटर सिक्योर कोई और है, what will you do? You will go into it. Has there been many incidences? How many of you are using Uber and Ola? Okay. So कभी किसी के साथ आया कि मैं Ola यूज करता था, अचानक Uber यूज करना शुरू कर दिया, Uber यूज करता था, Ola यूज करना शुरू कर दिया. What is that? Why did that happen? क्या उन्होंने आपका कोई डेटा चुराया? I'm just using a little bit of tools from the last session so that you can relate. No? Correct? उन्होंने आपका पैसा चोरी किया, वॉलेट में से गायब किया? नहीं. What was that which made you switch? So service? Service?
Quality service.
पर दोनों होता है. ओला से उबर जाता है, उबर से ओला भी आता है. Right? User experience. Correct? What else? So service user experience. So we'll take one example, we'll pick one. So now I'm going to come back to one of the things. So I take the reference from Rizwan's session. So what Rizwan covered, from my perspective, is basically, so whenever we have a security or any requirement, let's say you are creating a software भी बनाया जाता है, it's being coded and created. So there are two kind of requirements. Number one is technical requirement, and number two is functional requirement. If you have not, I'm just covering a little bit of fundamentals here. If you have to design a software, I'll create two kind of requirements: functional and what is the second one? Can I hear it from the back? अगर कोई भी चीज बनानी है आपको अगर सपोज आपके घर में एक रोटी भी बनानी है, दाल भी बनानी है, सब्जी भी बनानी है, तो there are two type of requirements. One is technical, another is functional. रोटी दाल से ज़्यादा समझ में आ रहा है. So any product you create, there are two type of requirements: technical and functional. Very simple. As a layman, as a engineering methodology, if I say, correct? What is that? Technical and functional. Okay, let's differentiate it. What is technical? If I am a designer, किसी को डिजाइन आपको मैंने डिजाइन करने के लिए दिया कि आपको ये प्रोडक्ट बनाना है तो मेरे टेक्निकल फंक्शंस क्या होंगे? देखो पिज्जा हट क्या है, अपने बंदे को अगर देता है एक लीजिए आप अपना एक पिज्जा बनाना है, व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी स्पेसिफिकेशन? सो यू गिव अ ग्रेड, किस ग्रेड का आटा होगा, किस ग्रेड का ऑयल होगा, कितना घंटा उसका पकना चाहिए, करेक्ट, कितना साइज होगा. दिस इज मेजॉरिटी ऑफ दैम इज I would say technical requirement. Maybe I am not really putting the right examples here, but some of them are technical requirement. Software में क्या चीज होती है technical requirement? रिजवान ने आप लोगों से एक चीज पूछी थी, पासवर्ड क्या होना चाहिए? Anybody wants to repeat? मेरा अगर मुझे एक लॉगिन पासवर्ड वाली वेबसाइट बनानी है तो मेरा टेक्निकल स्पेसिफिकेशन फॉर पासवर्ड क्या होना चाहिए? More than 14 words. Okay, I think features are just lying here, but alphanumeric, special characters, a good length. तभी तो आपको बहुत सारे बैंक होते हैं ना 8. So they tell you very specifically वहाँ पे बताते हैं whether you are falling into that or not, whether it is strong or not. What is that? That is a technical requirement. Okay. Now let me differentiate what is to be a functional requirement. Functional requirement है मेरा बैंकिंग का है, लॉगिन होने के बाद तो मुझे क्या क्या फीचर्स मिलेंगे, दैट्स माय फंक्शनल रिक्वायरमेंट. तो इवन पीपल एट द बैक कैन आई एटलीस्ट बी इंश्योर कि दिस व्हाइल वी आर टॉकिंग यू हैव अंडरस्टूड टेक्निकल और फंक्शनल रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है. कैन आई सब पता है, ठीक है. So let me just take a small break here and give a little bit of background what I do. Okay, so I told you what I was doing for first 15 years. The last 4 years what I'm doing is I'm creating software for for smart class systems, and what that does is that tries to teach, engage students. So कौन से स्टूडेंट हैं जो हमारे गांव में स्कूलों में जो बच्चे पढ़ते हैं 9th के 10th के, उनके साथ में engage करने के तो नॉर्मली जब भी मैं जाता हूँ ऐसे ही बहुत सारे बच्चे क्लास में होते हैं, पहली बार आए होते हैं, उन्होंने कभी कंप्यूटर भी हाथ में लगाया होता है और कोई भी बात करने को तैयार नहीं होता है. सब ऐसे ही चुपचाप बैठे होते हैं, सुन लेते हैं, थोड़ी देर में चले जाएंगे, बंद हो जाएगा. सो व्हाट आई डू इज कि बिकॉज दैट्स नॉट अ कन्वर्सेशन, सो व्हाट आई डू इज आई आस्क देम सम क्विज़ेस, बिकॉज हमारा सिस्टम मेथोडोलॉजी पूरा क्विज़ेस के माध्यम से है. तो उससे शुरू करते हैं. नाउ ओनली थिंग इज उनकी क्विज़ेस में उनका क्या चीज आएगा, उनकी किताबों का कोर्स आएगा, करेक्ट. So let me ask you few questions there. Can we take it off topic? Security के अलावा बात कर सकता हूँ मैं? Okay. So I'll ask you a very difficult question and let me see if you can answer. Okay, I want to hear. So what are Parelian, which has nothing to do with logic or knowledge and those kind of things. So can anybody tell me? Let me just think of something weird. अच्छा, वो कौन सी कली है जो खिलती नहीं है? Okay, let me ask the hard one. मुझे लगा उससे तरीका hard होगा. So this is one of the questions I could not answer. ये मैं जब उत्तराखंड में एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट जहाँ हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं, वहाँ पे एक लड़की मुझे स्कूल में पूछा, somehow I don't know why she shied away in terms of answering me. वो कौन सा कोट है जो गांधी जी ने नहीं पहना? So we have to ask enough, okay? So let me just ask you one more question. If you can solve this, I'll stop here. Otherwise I'll continue. ठीक है? So there were two girls. मतलब हमारा गांव है, गांव में there were two ladies who were coming. तो सामने से एक थर्ड लेडी आ रही थी. And what is the वो पूछती थी कि आप लोगों के आपस में रिश्ता क्या है? ऐसे देखें कि घरों में कहते हैं पहले रिश्ते वाले. तो मुझे रिश्ता मैं आपको बता देती हूँ, निकाल कर देना, ठीक है? तो मैं भी आपको बता देता हूँ. अगर निकाल गया तो मैं रुक जाऊँगा यहाँ पे. Otherwise I'll complete my agenda. So first lady बोलती है कि ये जो सेकंड लेडी है इसके मामा का मामा मेरे मामा के मामा का मामा है. So tell me what is the relation between you all fail, okay? I'll continue, okay? So this usually I give this particular quiz when we have to start on a serious note after 5 minutes. It's like ice breaking, right? So after this, we get more serious mode where we talk, we break with this more on their subject. Now I don't have a subject related to this for you, so let me continue with some of my better topics. So I talked about it like technical requirement, right? So if you are building an e-commerce or if you are building a running the software is basically a black box. If you are making anything or any product, there is a technical and functional requirement, and the security requires both of them. Many of those technical requirements, most of you can write. If you have heard Rizwan very seriously, he has given you all the logic. What all you need to write as a specification. जब मुझे एक मेरा वेबसाइट बनाना है, तो मुझे टेक्निकली सिक्योर करने के लिए उसे कौन-कौन से स्पेसिफिकेशन देने हैं? Can any of you write at least 4 or 5 specifications out of this? During the last session of Rizwan, right, on the hacker, आप 5 रिक्वायरमेंट तो लिख सकते हैं कि मेरा वेबसाइट है तो उसमें ये सेफ्टी होनी चाहिए, ये सेफ्टी होनी चाहिए, ये सेफ्टी होनी चाहिए. Can you do that? Yes. Let me hear it with a more personal. Yes. Okay. So I think we should all thank Rizwan for that. Okay. I want to thank him also because I think I come from a space where I think Mishimoto is right now into like Accenture, a company where I has worked 10 years and Goldman Sachs and Barclays and all. But now I'm into a space where I think there are a lot of kind of hackers really are behind my website or software. So I need to be more secure. So I know there are at least 3 or 4 new requirements जो मैं मेरी टीम को जाके देने वाला हूँ, है ना? The very next day. So I would really love to thank him for that. To make sure that nobody can hack my website. So I come from an open source world, and nobody wants to hack open source things. So let me go back to this. We talked about 2 things which are very, very obvious. Technical function. What is the great thing about this? ये तो सबको मालूम है. Everyone knows about it. It's a very obvious thing. But I think the perspective which I want to bring, and I think the topic I did not really care to introduce. When I was told that you should have this thing. So the topic of my discussion was, or my topic of my talk was, evolving battleground of security within the customer life. So, and that's where I said, most of you already know what it requires to be secure, or what is required to be secure. Do you know one of the most, or I would say the most important thing which is being getting researched today in the internet world is what? इंटरनेट के ऊपर या फिर आप बोल सकते हैं सॉफ्टवेयर वर्ल्ड में जहाँ पे होता है सोशल वर्ल्ड, ई-कॉमर्स वर्ल्ड, व्हाटएवर यू डिफाइन कितना भी आप उसको ब्रॉड करना चाहेंगे, उसमें सबसे ज्यादा किस चीज के ऊपर आज के टाइम में रिसर्च होती है? सब्जेक्ट होता है ना, हम लोग कोई भी चीज पे आप जब रिसर्च करते हो आप बोलते हो ना हम किस सब्जेक्ट के ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं, करेक्ट? Smart people in the back. Are you with me? आप लोग we are together, हम लोग साथ में हैं अभी. So, see, give me some guess. I'm saying what is the most important thing जिसके ऊपर सबसे ज्यादा रिसर्च हो गया आज की तारीख? Part of the answer has been already given in the previous. Okay, कीवर्ड उठा लीजिए क्योंकि सिक्योरिटी पर डिस्कशन हो रहा है तो सिक्योरिटी. Cyber crime. You may be right, okay? I'm not saying you will be wrong, so that's the thing. Try options, because I'll tell you what I feel is the right thing.
Movie download.
Movies.
Piracy.
Piracy, okay. So I'm hearing a lot of interesting words here. Piracy, movies, security, cyber crime, और क्या चीजें हैं? So it's building our vocabulary. Vocabulary would be building our ये सब चीजें हमें मालूम होनी चाहिए. Even if you don't know, you can go and investigate. Google is ना ज्ञान बाबा. I think आजकल सबसे पहले न्यूज़पेपर एक ही पेज आता है कि गूगल से पूछ लो कुछ भी, करेक्ट? You can ask anything. Anything else? Okay, let me tell you, it's clear in this row itself. I think that's the crux of the talk which I want to have. Okay, so let me just tell you, it's you. If Rizwan want to agree, disagree, it's you. Why somebody wants to hack into your account? So he talked about few ways how an official people can look out. Who are the biggest hacker into your personal data? I know many of my friends who are hardcore open source guys working in, let's say the one laptop per child or this Wikipedia and some of these chronic everything. They don't use Google account. They don't use email. They don't use Facebook. Why? Why? Because they have access to all your data. Google gets into all your personal email IDs, what you think. What is Google built out of? Why it's so smart? Because it knows everything about you. So one of the most important things in today's world, any business maker in the e-commerce world, is that if he's doing any research or if he's focused on is you. Be it Flipkart, be it Amazon, be it any of those companies, Uber, Ola, everybody is getting into it. And the mobile being coming into the space, mobile intervention, everything is connected to, you have your identity first and then software on top of it. I'm relatively safe on my desktop, but not on mobile. I thought I'm just thinking in my head, but already, Rizwan said already 30% of the phones are kind of hacked, and I'm sure maybe more than that. Nothing comes free. Most of the free software actually takes away some data from you. They ask for some permission. Because software आप अपलोड करते तो क्या होता है? Permission, right? So let us jump into it. So we've already talked about it. Please help me with the time. Okay? So give me at least 5 minutes heads up. I can give it out. Otherwise I'll continue. So first of all, there's a battleground. So anyone who wants to kind of agree, disagree, किसी को लगता है यहाँ पे कि ई-कॉमर्स स्पेस में बहुत फाइट चल रही है? बड़ा सिंपल तरीका है सर. आप न्यूज़पेपर खोल के देख लीजिए, you can see that. Flipkart, Snapdeal, Amazon. It's been a fight. Correct? What do they want to win? Customer loyalty. Okay, that's my. So they want to win customer loyalty, and they want to give you something by which they can retain that loyalty. Now, the biggest prize everybody wants to win is the customer loyalty, and there are various means. In those various means, one of the important means is security. One of the important means. Now, few parts of the security are solved. Like technical part of the security are solved. You trust Flipkart, you trust Paytm. बहुत सारे apps use करते हैं. You trust Amazon. Okay, Amazon है payment करना है, you will do it. If you don't trust it, what do you do? If you don't trust Amazon and Flipkart with the money, what do you do? Okay, so you guys are smart. So even I do that in many of the cases, but cash on delivery is another system, right? What is that cash on delivery? So cash on delivery is another lever of e-commerce companies to win customer loyalty in India, because in India people are not online, people are not feeling safe and secure with the online, so they devised this cash on delivery. So they took the risk on them, but they passed on the security to them. So I'm going to try to define another dimension to the security, which is basically sitting on top, within a matrix, it's like abstract, on top of technical and functional requirements. So I can build what Flipkart has built. Correct? What is the difference between two apps, Flipkart and Amazon? They give similar experience, right? Except the price, which you see a little bit of difference, कहीं यहाँ जाता है, कहीं कम है. So technically and functionally, both can fight with each other. So what is the third thing that they are kind of doing? And that's, if I see only and only, so let's narrow our perspective. तो मुझे सिर्फ security point of view से देखना है. So it is little bigger than that. What is that? It's the perception. So perceptual safety aspect, the requirement of safety is being fulfilled, and whoever is fighting the battle, so whoever is competing in the e-commerce space, whoever wins, the perceptual battle, you will see is actually leading. Now, I'll kind of keep it very short now, because I've just talked about technical and functional requirement, which is all over the books. Perceptual is what you experience, and that's one of the reasons, if you do go back and relate it, जिन्होंने भी ओला से उबेर पे स्विच किया है, उबेर से ओला पे स्विच किया है, करेक्ट? ऑफलाइन से ऑनलाइन में स्विच किया है. What all? Give me some examples, which is basically example of perceptual safety. How many of you used, like there was one example Jason was talking about, very highly, but I think he missed on more famous example of that, Airbnb. How many of you heard of Airbnb? So Chintan talked about it. It's one of that, the real estate management company जहाँ पे अगर आपको मुझे स्पेन में जाके रहना है, you can hire a room for a day. It's like a hotel, right? So there's a little bit of. Similarly, India में क्या है ऐसा? दो तीन.
Oyo room
सुना है किसी ने? Oyo room basically to me it sounded like, okay, I'm not again too deep into it when I research here, my cassette sounds are completely similar, but it's like Indian implementation of how Airbnb is. It's like how Ola came in, but Uber was already existing, right? So how many of you know that Ola also started a helicopter service? First of April. So anyway, I'm just using that because one of the founder of Ola is basically a neighbor of my brother, and we just kind of teasing him on this. Can we have this helicopter wala thing? Because Bangalore, man, if you go to an airport, you go to Bangalore, home, you need another 2 hours to come there. So it's like it makes sense. So anyway, that's there. There was a prank on the 1st of April. That is all. Let me come back and kind of summarize it. And I think why I'm kind of stopping here. I can see, at the back people are again disengaged. So any other example, let me hear it from the group itself on a perception safety. What is that which you feel more safe about when you have two competitors to choose from? So Uber and Ola, somebody talked about it, right? Why did you switch? Okay, so there's a price difference, that's why you switch. So price plays one of the important roles. What else? So let me start with that. Okay, I just want to read out so that two technical aspects are not missed out. Perceptual security needs are far more broader. So when it comes to perceptual security, you cannot define it on a paper. These are 10 things to fix it, to fix it. Okay, it is ever evolving. Hard change over here. And that's why you will see the last year what was acceptable is not acceptable this year. Because you have more choices. And more choices basically links back to there is a competition, there is a battle happening in the e-commerce space. Everybody. So tomorrow if you want to start a new startup, like in the morning there was a lot of talks around startup. You start a startup, you think Flipkart already exists, Ola kar raha hai, but you can come up with your own model and kind of disrupt the model itself. Why? Because what is the most important subject in the perceptual security? People, right? So people's mindset which you can play with. And what are the various means by which people are playing? I'm just going to quickly touch on. Have you seen when you are trying to buy something, what do you do first? What do you do? You search, right? कहाँ सर्च करते हैं आप? नेट पे कार वाला होगा तो कार देखो पे जाएंगे, ऑटोमैक्स पे जाएंगे, all those kind of things. And then there is a, so let me tell you, I think like hacking, this is another dimension of, I would say, a functional hacking. I'm maybe just coining this word. The hacking happened on directory functionality. Somebody, so I met recently somebody from the car depot, and they said their job was to just find people who are looking for the cars on the online and then drive them to the sites or the links where they will get a recommendation for a product. So if you find the product and you find 2 or 3 good recommendations, you go and buy it, right? There are various means by which people manipulate it also. That's happening. So there is ethical way of how your perception is being built. कितने लोग रिकमेंडेशन देखते हैं ऑनलाइन पे पहले? कोई भी चीज खरीदते हैं, आज टीवी खरीदना है, कितने लोग रिकमेंडेशन देखते हैं ऑनलाइन पे, उसके बारे में किसी ने अच्छा लिखा है कि खराब लिखा है? अच्छा, 2 नेगेटिव रिव्यू अगर दिख जाते हैं तो क्या खरीदोगे उसको? नहीं ना. So which means if I own a business, तो मेरे दिमाग में क्या चलता है कि मेरे पॉजिटिव फीडबैक मिल रहा हूँ. How many of you know Facebook likes are sold? Facebook पे likes बिकते हैं. Okay, there are people who do it for you, or you pay it to Facebook, they will promote it. What is that? You want to make your credibility. So perceptual security, to end with, two statement I would say. तो अगर मैं relate करूँ कहीं पे, so perceptual security relates with what is the credibility of the business with whom I want to interact. अगर मुझे कोई चीज खरीदनी है या किसी वेबसाइट से मुझे कोई चीज खरीदनी है या मुझे किसी वेबसाइट पे कोई चीज बेचनी है, उस वेबसाइट की या उस बिजनेस की क्या क्रेडिबिलिटी है, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है मेरे लिए. करेक्ट? Anybody would like to buy from myflipkart.com या flipkart.com? Okay, so myflipkart.com does not have credibility. उसकी कोई क्या होता है हमारे इंडिया में साफ नहीं है अभी, ठीक है, गुडविल नहीं है, लेकिन फ्लिपकार्ट has created. So can you doubt that, or do you have a high faith on that? So I had high. पीछे वालों को क्या हाई faith है कि लो faith है? हाई faith है, ठीक है. So the reason for that is आज से करीब 8 या 9 साल पहले, I think 10 साल हो गए फ्लिपकार्ट को. So there have been 10 years Flipkart has taken, right? In 10 years, अगर suppose दूसरे साल में आपको कोई बोलता है कि फ्लिपकार्ट से आप खरीदोगे कि नहीं खरीदोगे, what will you do? You will think or not? Okay. So it's basically the perceptual security is very, very important. It is created on the credibility which organizations have built. It takes more integrity. It does not happen over the period. So if you think by buying likes on Facebook or by creating the fake recommendation, you can actually win it, maybe for short term, but not for the long term. And now coming back to a simple conclusion, which was already concluded by, I think, Rizwan at some point, that eventually the safety lies within your hand. Correct? So at the end, the cumulative awareness of user as a community member. So you as a community member, अगर आप एक कम्युनिटी के मेंबर हैं और आप अवेयर हैं, you know what is phishing site और what is original site. अगर आप खुद देख के उसमें आप इन्वॉल्व होते हैं, तो आप सेफ हैं, right? So it's eventually the user of the community. His awareness is going to make the most difference in terms of the safety, because the safety standards will keep changing every day. Be it technical requirement, functional requirement, you will see that you are safe today, but after 2 days you are not. Okay, because technology is evolving, because perception is evolving, your need is evolving. So the most important thing is that you need to be always aware of what is aspect of the safety, to make sure that perceptually you are not misleaded. You are not misleaded. आप भ्रमित नहीं हो, आप misguided नहीं हो कि this is safe side, but you have taken a more conscious judgment rather than being kind of misleaded by the fake, the tools of, I would say, the propagation. So I would like to stop here. Thank you. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much, sir, for telling us about the functional, technical, and perceptual security. Now, as we come to the end of the session, I would like to thank again our speakers for their interesting and knowledgeable talks, and participants for their valuable time. Thank you, sir. Now over to you, Andrew.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Amazing session we had with our eminent speakers, and ladies and gentlemen, it was a great opportunity to interact with with amazing personalities. So it's time to show our gratitude by giving them a very huge round of applause for them. Now it's time to give honor to all the eminent speakers. For this, I would like to invite on the stage Professor Biyani sir for giving him memento. Firstly, I would like to invite on the stage Mr. Akire Nishimoto. Please welcome Mr. Akire Nishimoto for accepting the memento. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your presence. Now I'd like to invite Mr. Arvind Pandey sir on the stage. Give him a big round of applause. Thank you, sir. Thank you for present time. And now I'd like to invite Mr. Rizwan Sheikh sir on the stage. Please give him a huge round of applause. Thank you so much, sir. Now it's time for the tea break. So for this, we would like to request to our speakers and our guests to go upstairs for the high tea, and we will assemble here after sharp 15 minutes. And there is an announcement for our oral presenters to please make sure your PPT arrangement in our green room. Children, take care. Thank you all.